Why? Tell me, why do people find pleasure in being mean and nasty? It is without purpose.
Speak to me, baby. I really hate to see the look that's written all over your face. Yeah. But I don't wanna
In this video today, I'm gonna give you guys a little more background about me, a little more insight about me and my culture. So the reason why I've decided to finally do this is to answer a burning question that obviously a lot of people have, right? On a few of my Righteous Brothers reactions, I've received some pretty nasty comments, unkind comments, and I've been shocked. I've been shocked to see these comments. First of all, I'm shocked because the comments are coming from guys. I did not grow up in an environment where men are derogatory, just plain old nasty. And then of all things, on a Righteous Brothers reaction where, my goodness, these guys are telling you how you're supposed to treat and cherish us women. So altogether, that just blew my mind. The curiosity is this. People are wondering, how in the world do you not know the Righteous Brothers? How is that even true? Well, I'm about to tell you guys how that is true for me. We're all unique individuals and our experiences are all different. I don't think there's any reason for any reactor per se. I do know that some YouTubers lie and they scam, but for a reactor, there's no purpose to really do that. Most of us, our channel is all about entertainment and having fun, about music we love. So there's no reason for me to lie about whether or not I'm familiar with a specific song group. It is totally ridiculous. I have no gain in doing anything like that other than opening myself up to hate like I've been getting. So I'm about to tell you guys exactly why me, Mommy Drew, I am not familiar with many of these song artists, American song artists, any matter of fact. I'm not familiar with these song artists, especially the song artists from the early 60s. But before I even get into that, I just want to give you guys a little snippet of some of the foolishness I've been getting. So here's one comment. Came in from Micah Pronsetti. How in the hell, at your age, have you never heard the Righteous Brothers? First of all, Micah, have some etiquette. Have some etiquette. Why would you even want to come on someone's channel and swear? Yeah, to use the word hell is a swear word, and the way you're saying it here is swearing. What did I do to you that you want to come onto my channel and curse at me? I mean, I could curse back, but then what would the benefit be? Music is about love, peace, and happiness. So, gee, keep that craziness to yourself, Micah. I understand that ignorance might have led to your comment because you don't know much about me, but still, you could have asked in a kind way, how do you not know the Righteous Brothers? That's curious, but why would you say, how in hell, at your age? You don't even know my age. But anyway, that was one of them. And the next one came in from Tony Charles Moore. So Tony says, in all caps, you don't use all caps unless you mean to. If you're using all caps, it simply means you're screaming and yelling at the person. So what have I ever done to you, Tony, that you would come on over here and yell and scream at me? Yeah, I'm sometimes loud, but guess what? I'm in my reaction room and you're coming in to visit me. So this is my space. I can scream if I want to. But why would you invade my space and come in here yelling and screaming at me when I haven't done you anything? So here's what Tony says. Really? Have you been living under a rock? No, baby. I haven't been living under a rock, but I am from the rock. That's right. I was raised on an island that we titled The Rock. And I'm about to tell you a little bit more about The Rock here in a minute. And I'm about to throw your way a little bit of my culture and explain to you guys why it is in fact truthful that I do not know the Righteous Brothers. Had not been familiar with them ever. Like ever. And it's the honest to God truth. So let me start by explaining this. Number one, I was born in the late 70s. Most of these songs, 1964, 1968, some of these songs are 12 plus years before I was even born. That's one reason. I know what some of y'all are thinking. You're thinking, even if those songs came out 12 plus years before you were born, Mommy Drew, I am sure your parents listened to those songs. Yeah, that would have been true if I was from the United States. So here comes the second reason and the most important reason why I am not familiar with these song artists. Although I am born an American, I am not from America. I was born in one of the American territories, the United States Virgin Islands. So music for me, especially because I was born in the late 70s, when I came into the love of music, it was in the late 80s. So my love is from music from the 80s and from the 90s. And although I might have been familiar with some American artists, the song genres that I grew up on was not R&B, blues, and a lot of the music that you guys are familiar with. So if you don't know much about the Virgin Islands was bought by the United States of America back in 1917. And it wasn't about love. The Virgin Islands was bought because it was a military strategy by the United States. So basically, because of geographical positioning of the three islands, St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix, the US bought the Virgin Islands. Prior to that, we had been under the flag of the British, the French. We had been under the flag of other countries until the United States bought us in 1917. So then we became American citizens, and anyone born from that day forward, that's why I was born an American citizen, but I'm not from America. My culture is completely different. The music that I grew up on, the dance, the way I dress, my dialect is different because I'm from a different culture. So those three islands and Puerto Rico, we are territories of the United States of America. I don't know when Puerto Rico was purchased. I don't know, because they're not a Virgin Island. It's its own big island. The United States Virgin Islands is made up of three specific islands. One was added many years later. It's called Water Island. So it's really 4 islands now. A little key off of St. Thomas that decided, I don't know who made the decision anyway, but it became one of the Virgin Islands. So it's 4 little islands that make up the United States Virgin Islands. So that is where I'm from. I'm from the capital of the United States Virgin Islands. That is Charlotte Amalie St. Thomas. That's where I'm from. Those are the main reasons why I am unfamiliar with a lot of the music that I react to. A lot of these songs, Righteous Brothers, Tom Jones, I'm just not familiar with them. Now, country music, now, that was something my family was into, and I think a lot of my parents' generation were into, even though they were from the Caribbean, country music had a great influence. So Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers, I know a good bit of Kenny Rogers more so than any other country artist, and I'm familiar with Dolly Parton, even though I'm not familiar with a lot of her music. So let's continue. I'm gonna get you introduced to the type of music that I listen to in my culture. So there are 3 specific genres that I grew up listening to. One is soca. I don't know if you've ever heard of soca. Soca has a lot of brass instruments played. More so, well, the calypso is more brass instruments, but soca, it's real upbeat, and in our culture, we tend to wind our waist when we're dancing. Kind of a sultry type dancing, but it's nothing sexual about it. It's just the style of dancing to that specific music. Now, calypso, that's a genre of music where there's a lot of brass instruments played. Mainly, it's brass instruments. And it's a lot of storytelling in that type of music. A lot of the local bands, they'll take anything that happened and they'll totally turn it into a song about the hurricanes we've been through, political things. It's just quite interesting. So soca, calypso, and reggae. Although reggae is not specific to the Virgin Islands, because that type music comes from within the Caribbean, there was a strong influence of that as well. So those are the 3 genres that I'm extremely familiar with, and I'm sure I can spit some song groups, bands, titles out there that you yourself wouldn't be familiar with because you're not a part of the culture that I was raised in. Another instrument, y'all, that is very, very specific to my culture are the steel pans. I don't know if you've ever heard of the steel pan, but basically what we do is you take the top part of a drum and you hollow that in, and then within the drum there are different spots made in the hollow drum that then makes musical sounds. Don't know if you've ever heard of it, but I'm about to let you guys take a listen to how sweet it can be. So here we go. We're gonna listen to this rendition here. Most of you are familiar with this, so let's take a listen at steel pan music. So this is one of the things I'm very familiar with. Wasn't that sweet? Wasn't that sweet? So those are steel pans. So basically the drums for the steel pan, it's a stick and then there's a rubber portion on the tip, and that's what they're using to beat the drums. So there, voila. Have you ever heard steel pan music before? Huh? If you haven't, well, there you go. There's a taste of steel pan music, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Now, let's get a little idea of what soca is all about. Now, soca is bad music, bad as in good. If you want to wind your waist up, then soca is what you want to listen to, which is why, guys, I was blown away when I did that video of Tom Jones doing What's New Pussycat. I don't know if you guys knew what had me blown away. It was his waist winding. I was like, Tom, where did you learn that? Have you been hanging out with me in the Caribbean? I was just impressed at how limber and how smooth he was moving that waist. I was impressed by it. But let's get a little minute or so taste of soca music, baby. Let's go. There we go. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can understand all that he's saying, but basically he's talking about how nice a woman's body looks. And he is saying boom bam, where you get that body from. Body is this right here. So whenever that type of music will be playing, say if I was dancing to it, I would be dancing out the words of what he is singing. So therefore, I'm that lady with that nice body, and I would be dancing to him like he's talking to me. And so that is where the sultriness of the music comes in. But like I said, there's nothing sexual about it. When you would see, if you would be in the Caribbean or the West Indies and you would see us dancing to this type music, it's nothing sexual. It's just the style of dancing. Matter of fact, probably I'll give you guys a little view of what that looks like. Okay. So I'm gonna show you guys, okay, what it looks like if someone was to be dancing to calypso, okay?
Now we take one for the road, boom bam. Now we take a shot for the road, boom bam. Now we take one for the road. Party look nice, yeah, party look good, boom bam. Now we take one for the road, boom bam. Now we take a shot for the road, boom bam. Now we take one for the road. Party look nice, yeah, party look good. Now we take a shot for the road, boom bam. Now we take one for the road. Party look nice, yeah.
All right, so that is, woo, I'm out of breath. All right, that is soca, baby. So now, let me give you guys an idea of what some calypso sounds like. Very similar to soca, but it's different. Okay, here we go. Now, this is a piece of music from a local band from the Virgin Islands called Jam Band, right? That was the name of this band, and they sung a lot of calypso. Now, when you listen closely, you're gonna hear the brass instruments being played. Okay?
Last record.
All right. So there you go, guys. Yeah, I love that. And now a taste of reggae. Now, most of you know about reggae. Usually when I mention reggae to people, they automatically think of Bob Marley. Bob Marley, yes, king of reggae, very respected in the Caribbean as a wonderful song artist. But there are a lot more reggae artists than just Bob Marley. And one of the ones that I truly loved, his name was Buju Banton. Oh my goodness, I absolutely loved Buju. I loved him. And one of the songs that, it was a staple for me, was this song of his called I Wanna Be Loved. So I'm just gonna give you guys a quick snippet. Here we go. Oh, yes. Oh, you hear how tranquil that sounds? That is a beautiful song. He's talking about falling in love, waiting for his love. Probably I'll do a reaction to that next, the full song, guys. But it's absolutely a beautiful song. Another thing that we tend to do in the West Indies, Caribbean, at least for me and my siblings, a lot of others too, when we would dance, we make a lot of facial expressions with it, right? So that's the body movements, the gyrations, the face, it all goes together. So, yes, y'all, that brought me some excitement to be able to share with you guys a little bit more about me. I hope that answers questions for you guys as far as why I'm unfamiliar with some of these artists that I'm doing. I'm not making it up. There's no benefit in doing that at all. So, all of you who are confused, all of you guys who think I'm making it up, my culture is just different in many ways, and I'm glad to be able to be in the reaction room and to be able to share that with y'all. I hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you learned something more about me. If you have any specific calypso, soca, reggae, anything you would like me to do for you, comment down below. But I hope this was enlightening. I absolutely enjoy sharing it. I love who I am. I'm not from under a rock, like I said, but I am damn sure from the rock, St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. Yeah, this is Mommy Drew signing out from the reaction room, saying D to the D to the D to the D Nation. Out. Bye.
Speak to me, baby. I really hate to see the look that's written all over your face. Yeah. But I don't wanna beat around the bush. Let's cut to the chase.